And just like that, we are live. Let's go. Guys, let me know if you can hear me. Let me turn off this here. Change it to that. Turn everything down. Hello. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Uh, let's see. Trying to get rid of that loop back. It's going down. Hello. Or maybe. Okay, we got 2 minutes, so for some reason I got some audio feedback. Oh, so that's proper. Oh, that's why. Okay. So, yep, there we go. All right. So we got about another minute or so. If you guys have any questions about budgeting, just making sure everything is working. But if you guys got any questions about budgeting, I'll allow about another minute or so just to kind of get everybody coming in. I know everybody's going to be coming in soon. Let's see. Got some cooking going on. Okay. We have my mom in the building. Hello, mother. Oh my gosh. Nice. Okay. Just gonna open it up for about 2 or 3 minutes. If you watch it down here, it's a delay. But I am live. So everybody on YouTube is watching this right now. Right? I think we are at a good enough place to start. We're gonna wait for some more people to come in later. Okay, but let's go ahead and get it going. Hey, Freedom Frugalers, it's time for another episode of Guess What? Frugal Freedom, where I teach you how to manage both your time and finances effectively. Doing both, you'll sooner than later be free in both categories. Now, who am I? I am your virtual mentor, Izzy, and today we're going to be learning the simplest way ever to budget your money, okay? As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and start recording the backup. So we so we have sort of a backup stream just in case. Okay, so I got a backup stream. So like I said, I'm your virtual mentor, Izzy, and today we're going to be learning the simplest way to budget your money. All right. Now, keep in mind, this is a live session, so I will be stopping at certain times to answer some of your questions. All right. Without further ado, let's get right into it. If you're new here and you haven't yet, be sure to grab my free budgeting worksheet. It is a simple step-by-step guide that walks you through an easy way to budget and still be able to have fun. Okay, I like to have fun. You like to have fun, but many of us, we don't have the luxury of having too much fun right now. So whether you're low on income or minimum wage, or you're looking to pay down some of your debts, or even figuring out a way to justify your nights and weekends out, guess what? This guide will help you because why? This is the No Discipline Budget series, okay? It is the cornerstone. This guide that I'm giving to you guys for free, it is the cornerstone of everything that I will be teaching within the next few videos, okay? Link is in the description below. All right, let's talk about one of the easiest ways to budget your money, and that is 50-30-20 budgeting. Now, what is 50-30-20 budgeting? Let me tell you guys. When I first heard of this method, it was a groundbreaking revelation to me. But this is how I think when I learn about new budgeting and finance strategy. So I'm kind of partial with it. But this was a groundbreaking revelation to me. Like it in its simplicity, 50/30/20 budgeting is exactly how it sounds, okay? Remember how I told you guys last night that we're going to be talking about percentages when it comes to budgeting? This is exactly what 50/30/20 budgeting is, okay? So we're going to allocate, there's that word again if you're tuning in from the past 2 days. We're going to allocate 50% towards what we need to pay for, okay? Not just everything, but what we need, our necessities, okay? We're going to allocate 50% of our money towards that. 30%, however, goes towards your wants. And then finally, 20% goes towards your savings, okay? Now, why do I like 50/30/20 budgeting, okay? There are a couple of reasons I like 50/30/20 budgeting. Number one, and this is my by far, if you haven't heard me say it yet, it is the easiest budgeting method out there, especially if you're a beginner. Okay, 4 years ago when I learned about this budgeting method, it was the groundbreaking. It was everything I needed. It had everything that I needed, and I was like, life could be so simple. Okay, let me tell you why life can be simple. Because with this budget, it simplifies your money into three categories, okay? Later on down the road, we're going to talk about some more budgeting strategies. So, where we talk about splitting it into more than three categories. But just know that this is the only one where we're going to split it into three categories, okay? Needs, wants, savings, okay? Necessities, luxuries, savings. That's all you need to care about. Don't worry about no transactions. Don't worry about what bill is what. Needs or necessities, luxuries or needs or wants, excuse me. And then finally, savings, all right? Number three, why I like this, it fully accounts for 100% of your money, okay? 50 plus 30, that's 80, plus 20, that's 100. 100% of your money is accounted for, so you have no room for margin of error, okay? And later we're going to talk about another way to account for 100% of your money, all right? And the last reason I like this, okay, the last reason I like the 50/30/20 budgeting is that it gives you a baseline of what your money should be going into. Okay, so this is the not the end all be all, but if you're starting, you don't want to overcomplicate your life, because I always told you guys, and I told you yesterday, do not overcomplicate things. Do not make things complex. If you're new to this, you're just starting out, and you want to build this habit, you must start small, okay? That was my issue. You must start small. Always remember that. Even when you go into the gym, you don't want to go in there. You can't just go in there lifting up 300-pound weights on the first day, okay? You'll tire yourself out. You'll probably break something. When it comes to your budgeting, you'll probably break something. You'll probably forget about an unexpected expense. But so that's why I'm giving you this one first, okay? Now, with that said, although I'm putting 50/30/20 budgeting on a high pedestal, I do have some absolute issues, okay? And I don't like to persuade people or change people's direction in any way that suits me or makes me feel good. So everything that I do, I want to give you an unbiased opinion, okay? But in this case, here's my absolute issues with this method. Again, it's not to persuade you. These are merely opinions. Number one, this budget, as I'm trying to promote it, it's not for everyone, okay? Not everyone is going to be doing this method successfully. And I hate to say that. I wish that I could push this method on everybody, but there's tons of other methods. So if this method isn't for you, then don't fret. I got some more methods coming up within these next few days, okay? Number two, this was a big one for me. This implies that you don't have debt or you have a perfect life with no unexpected expenses. Okay, 50-30-20 budgeting states that 50% goes towards your necessities, 30% goes towards your luxuries, the things that you desire, the things that you want. And then finally, 20% towards savings. Guess what? What happens to the debt that's out there? Your debt is not necessarily a necessity. It can be because you have to pay it off. Otherwise, they are going to probably take the money, probably sue you, all sorts of things. So you can categorize it. But majority of the time, we get into debt because of things that we want. Okay. But this method implies that you don't have any debt. So if you don't have any debt, kudos to you. I want to be in your shoes. Teach me how you do it. And also, if you have a perfect life, also teach me, because as far as I'm concerned, to be human is to have problems. Okay, 90% of our life is problems. So 10%, this is what determines our character. Okay, so implying this method implies that you have a perfect life, or you have the absolute hold on your finances. All right, so that's what I don't like about this. Number 3, if you're spending 20% towards your debt or your savings, so let's say, for example, you're using that 20% to use for your debt. You're paying down debt instead of going into savings. All right. Which is not a bad idea, because that's what I'm doing right now. I'm allocating all of my money. There's that word again. I'm allocating all of my money towards my debt. And then once my debts are paid off, then I will start a savings. But I have a little emergency fund, but that's neither here nor there. Doesn't pertain to this. But even if, let's say you are wanting to spend that 20% towards your debts, that is not enough to be free. At least if you want to be radical like me and be free really as fast as you can, okay? You don't have 20, 30 years to pay off debts, all right? And as much as I would like to live 30, 40, 50 years, tomorrow's not promised, okay? I want to get rid of those debts as soon as possible, all right? Now, here's the issue with that. If you're allocating 20% towards your debts, now you're not saving, okay? So I left that out on purpose. Now you're not saving, okay? Now, if you want to save money, now you got to go in your fund money. And who wants to go in their fund money when it's allocated for our fun? All right? We need to be having fun. You don't work to pay bills. You work to enjoy life. You work to have options, okay? I want you to be free. Get out of the rat race. I can't stress that enough. Jesus. Number 4, this is built for the more elite of frugals and the top earners, okay? With that said, this is built for the people that have the absolute hold on their finances. Whether you're frugal or you're the frugalest of them all, I like to consider myself a frugal, but I'm not extremely frugal, okay? I'm not trying to cut a penny here, a penny here. I'm frugal in the sense that if I see the value in it and I see how I can use it to my advantage or the longevity of it, then I will justify spending the money on it, okay? Because there's a big difference between frugal and cheap, okay? So, but I don't consider myself the elite of frugals. I like to still have a little bit of fun with my money, okay? So this is built for the elite of frugals, and this is also built for the top earners. So like I told you guys, this is technically how the rich basically budget their money. This is how some of them do it, and this is actually how I learned this method. Okay, I learned this method from someone who is rich. Okay. They budget their money with 50% towards their necessities at max, 30% towards their luxuries, and 20% towards savings. And I'll talk about how they switch that up. But for the baseline average person like me and you, we do it 50-30-20 that way. I believe this is number 5. Number 5 is you have no wiggle room. Like I said, this accounts for 100% of your hard-earned money. You have no room to do anything. So you have no wiggle room. Okay, somebody's birthday come up and you didn't plan for it. I'm sorry, they got to wait till next year. Otherwise, you're gonna be back in the rut that you are in. Okay. Number 6. Here's a personal belief of mine. Okay, I believe that in order uh to be free, you have to do the extreme. Okay, so for me, that's putting 30-40% of my money towards debt. Actually, this paycheck I will be putting as much as 60% towards my debts. Okay, that's how much I want to get rid of this debt, guys. Okay, so with that in mind, here's my idea. In my opinion, I do believe that the 30% for your wants and the 20% of your savings for your savings, that should just be switched. Okay, you should be wanting to save 30% and only spending 20% for your wants. Here's the thing, it's temporary. Okay, it's temporary, and this is why having a why and having goals set for yourselves. Okay, so you save 30% of your income until you get to maybe 1,000, 1,500, maybe 10,000. Okay, you do that until you do that, or you do like me, or what I'm planning to do once I get my debt paid off. You save 3 to 6 months worth of savings. Okay, so if you do that, if you save 3 to 6 months of savings, right? Then I could justify having 30% of your money going towards having fun. Okay. Number, let's see, we're on 6, 7. Number 7. Uh, it's too broad. The 50-30-20 method is too broad, and it will always require adaptation. And I know I told you guys yesterday that you want to always be continually adjusting your money. Okay, here's the thing, you want to do that when it fits. Okay, something bad happens, God forbid, something unexpected happens, you want to be adjusting your budget. Okay, you spend a little bit, you go a little bit crazy one week, you want to be adjusting for that. Okay, this right here is too broad for categories. All right, needs, wants, and savings, that's too generic. Okay, there's other things that I put my money towards that goes farther than just needs, luxuries, and savings. Okay, and we'll talk about that budget method closer to when I talk to you guys about what I actually do for my budgeting. All right, most here's the thing, most people's expenses are not right at 50%. Again, you don't have this perfect life. Okay, we mess up, but we get ourselves into a hole where sometimes our expenses are way over 50%. Okay, and I think I said in the first video that some people's expenses per month are 70% of their income. Okay, so that means if they make $1,000 a month, they are spending $700 just to live, and they have to have $300 a month to live off the rest of it. Now, I don't know about you, but $300 a month just to have fun, what can you do with $300 a month? In today's American dollars, that won't get you far. Okay, so if your expenses are over 50%, you can't enjoy life, and you will always live paycheck to paycheck. Okay, I hate to say it like that, but that is such the truth. I lived it. I can tell you from experience. Okay, last issue that I have with this is kind of the end all be all issue to this. And that is, it requires your mind, this right here, to be extremely disciplined. Okay, you have to be like, I don't know the word to look for, but you have to have extreme discipline. Okay, and like I said, this is the No Discipline budget series. All right, so I want you guys to do this with as little discipline as possible, at least in the beginning. Okay, I don't want you to have to make this harder than it has to be, or make this complicated. Okay, being disciplined and being extremely disciplined, it's not that fun. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys, I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning trying to start a routine of waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and let me tell you guys, I woke up at 4:20 because that is 4:20 blaze. No, I'm just kidding. But I want to tell you guys that just this first day of waking up at 5:20 a.m. was the hardest thing I have ever had to do in my life. And I wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock majority of the time, but somehow making my mind and having my mind make a commitment to waking up at 4 o'clock every morning, uh, just some about that, just being in a disciplined state, it's just it puts me it made it much harder for me, okay? And it wasn't fun after a while. But I digress because we're talking about budgeting, okay? But this requires you to be extremely disciplined, and it isn't that much fun. Okay, so that's kind of all that I have for tonight's video. Take with this as you will. Use this and study a little bit more. There's a lot of resources out there on 50/30/20 budgeting and variations of it. This is kind of the gist. Just kind of give you guys an unbiased well, ironically, an unbiased opinion on 50/30/20 budgeting. And like I said, I will always tell you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I plan on going to school for it. So I plan on going to school for it. So I'm not fully there yet, but I will have my degree in this. So this is why I want to teach you guys, just to kind of get some practice out there. But I will tell you from experience that 50/30/20, you have to be extremely disciplined. Okay, so with that said, in conclusion, but before we go to the conclusion, I want to open up the comments and see what we got here. Let's see. Okay, using percent to allocate. Yeah, I'm gonna be using that word a lot. Allocate. 50/30/20, by far the least complicated way of managing a budget. Yes, it definitely is. But like I said, you do have to be extremely disciplined. You guys, I have the hiccups. I don't know why. I do know why. I was eating before I started. Plan to have wiggle room in your budget. That is true. 3 to 6 months of savings. Yes, definitely have 3 to 6 months of savings. Okay. Please don't forget to hit the like. Yes, definitely hit the like button and feel free to share and hit the bell notification. My mom is on it, guys. She has it. And I do see that she has the difference between being frugal and being cheap. I will have a video explaining indefinitely about the difference between frugal and being cheap, because a lot of times I actually got mistaken for being cheap. I got called out for being cheap, basically. So I felt somewhat offended. Not no offense to anybody that's cheap, but I don't find myself being a cheap person. Okay. With that said, we're gonna end the video. So in conclusion, if you have the mindset and want to keep things simple to just 3 categories, I would definitely highly recommend the 50/30/20 budget. But if you want to stick around and learn some more budgeting, stay tuned, because these next videos, I'm going to teach you all that I know about budgeting. All right, we got about 7 more videos of this, guys. You got me Thursday and Friday, and then we take a break Saturday and Sunday, and then we start again next Monday. Okay, so with that said, that's all I have for this video, guys. I really hope this helps. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. Smash that like button for the algorithm. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, I'm really trying to be one of those YouTubers. But comment down below if this is your first time ever hearing about this method. Okay, just because we're live doesn't mean that I will not come back and answer your questions. Okay, I don't care how old this video is. I will come back and answer any questions that you have. Okay, if you use this method, do you like it? What don't you like about it? Did I miss anything? And also, if you have any other topics that you would like me to cover, please let me know. I'm happy to see those below as well. Like I said, before you go, be sure to get a copy of my budgeting strategy worksheet sent directly to your email. Let it sit in that email box and use it time and time again. Refer back to it. I really think that it will help you. And I'm not just saying that because I created it. I'm saying it because I live by whatever I put in that lead magnet. Okay? I live by that. Okay? All right. With that said, we're going to end the live here, guys. Be sure to check me out in the next video. We're going to talk about another budgeting method. We're going to go back to the old days, okay? Not old days, but we're going to go back to cash in the next video. I'll see you guys. Stay frugal until you're free. Peace.